So on day 7, Robert and Craig decide to visit Thursday and Horn Islands, while Phil and Peter will toil over a gaggle of dirt bikes and changed back tyres for the trip south. The trip across the Torres Strait to the islands is uneventful. Craig chooses the rear lounge. The views out the window are stunning. The ferry, well appointed, modern, safe, provides a comfortable passage to the islands. Arriving Engineers Wharf, Thursday Island, we're greeted by a magnificent sight of a pretty tropical island. Thursday Island is an English name. It's located 35 kilometres northwest of Cape York. Traditionally called Waibend by the local Torres Strait people, it means dry place. There is no consistent fresh water supply. Water is pumped from nearby Horn Island in an underwater pipe. Craig sits at the back of the bus and ponders this. First stop on the tour, we visit Green Hill Fort. It was built between 1890 and 93, at the height of other colonial powers perhaps invading Australia, particularly Russia. The threat of Russian invasion never came. It was used in active service till 1927. The 6-inch guns, each weighing over 5 tonnes, have never fired a shot in anger. The view from the fort of the nearby islands and crystal turquoise blue waters is magnificent. After 1927, Green Hill Fort saw service in a number of capacities, mainly as a signals and wireless station during World War II and as a weather station for the Bureau of Meteorology between 1954 and 1993. Meanwhile, Phil and Peter toil over dirt bikes. Craig and Robert enjoy the tour. The trip back across to Horn Island, we pass Possession Island. Here, James Cook raised the flag on the 22nd of August 1770 on his passage north and claimed the east coast of Australia for England. Today, we claim it as a very pretty spot. Arriving on Horn Island, we visit the gun emplacements for the anti-aircraft artillery. We look into the bunkers, which had recently been used by thieves to repair, restore and strip outboard motors. The grave of Roy A. Brown is here. He was an Australian serviceman who served at this battery and one of the only ex-servicemen allowed to be buried on the island. In 1942, very few people had heard of Horn Island in the Torres Strait, but by the end of 1945 it was well known to many Allied troops and airmen as the importance of this airbase was realised. Horn Island was the first and most frequently attacked target in Queensland and was the most northerly airbase in Australia. As such, it was utilised by thousands of aircraft, some of which still remain on the island. There are many wrecks, some here at the Torres Strait Heritage Museum, others of course out in the area surrounding the nearby Horn Island airfield. This particular wreck is of an aircraft which on takeoff clipped 2 parked aircraft and crashed into the ground and remains here where we see it. The aircraft was a P-40 Kitty Hawk. Its engine, or one of many others, rests here as well. The museum houses many Torres Strait items. The Torres Strait flag is explained. Again, several of the aircraft that lay here. And most importantly, there are displays of the pearl diving area, an industry upon which the Torres Strait Island once based its economy. There are also displays of the Torres Strait people's history, including ingenious arts, artefacts, culture, religion, myths and legends. Over 7,000 Japanese pearl divers are buried on Thursday Island alone. A sad, tragic fact of an industry which is inherently very dangerous. End of the day, we're heading back to the Pumsand Bay Resort. Craig and I have had a satisfying, eventful and very educational tour. and we're looking forward to meeting up with the guys and a beer.